Harry Hook has a question. Hey,
Hauk,
Harry.
but hi, Ringo.
Hauk, was it, mate?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Written down, it's impossible to tell.
But we'll sort that out later.
Okay. You were great in the movie 200 Motels.
Yes, thank you.
Do you remember being
Very
in that,
little
or-
of it.
and working with Frank Zappa?
I do. Frank was great, and Frank came to the house because he'd let it be known that he wanted me to be in his movie. And he came to the house and he laid out a huge score, you know, written musical. Well, what's that mean? I can't read music. And so I thought, well, this is great. I got to do this now. Anyway, he wanted me to play him. He'd play the musical Frank, and I'd be the other Frank who was always, you know, taping the band. Whatever they talked about, he'd write a song and force them to play it. But he was a really kind guy. I liked Frank very much.
Russell, have you seen that movie?
No, I'm going to check that out because I was thinking the combination of Ringo Starr's mind and Frank Zappa's mind, that's going to be a distraction from reality.
He played Larry the Dwarf, who played looking like Frank Zappa, being lowered down, you know, from the ceiling and being questioned by Zero Mostel.
Who did?
No, I'm sorry. It was
Yeah, I think
Mostel.
we're getting a bit off track here, brother.
Okay.
Harry,
Anyway, there was a story that you're...
Harry, you're
Are
elaborating
you
on
talking
your
about
question.
him now or me?
Harry,
I
you're
don't know
like
who
a
you're
loose
talking about.
cannon.
I've gone mad. What about you?
Harry, you're the worst audience member since John Wilkes Booth. Sit down.
Hey!
The final question before the brilliant Don Was comes up here is from Stella Barrett from Valencia. Stella, where are you, my love? What's your question?
Hi, Russell. Hello, Ringo.
Stella, hi.
Hi. My 12-year-old son, Carson, loves the Beatles, and he's a huge fan. He sends his love.
Thank you.
My question for you
Next.
My question for you is, what would you tell your 20-year-old self?
What would I what?
Tell your 20-year-old self.
My 20-year-old self, hold on.
Hold on to what?
Hold on to life and joy. It's coming.
Amen.
You know, I don't think you can do that. You can't just like... I really, you know, people say, oh, I wish I could go back. I don't want to go back anywhere. You know, I want to deal with what's in front of me now to the best of my ability, and some days that's not very good. But a lot of the days it is really great. So to tell my 20-year-old self, when I'm sitting on the bus in Liverpool, that it was going to turn into doing this thing at the Troubadour in LA, I may have given up music.
I like to think that after all you've achieved and then inventing time travel, that this is what you tell.
It was. This is where, and I get a lot of people asking me, musicians, you know, about life, and I say, hold on, one day you'll play the Troubadour. You know, the best story about the troupe, everyone's played here, though we're having fun. I saw Elton John make his LA appearance here, and look at him now. And the other incredible night was I came here to see Peter Frampton in '76, something like that. And he was opening for Slade. And that year he had Frampton Comes Alive out. And he was playing the Forum the same year. I mean, from opening here to playing the Forum. And it was just, you know, and I've known Peter since he was a baby. It was just brilliant. That's how, you know, that can still happen. If you keep playing. If any of you play, just keep playing. You never know.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now it's my great pleasure and privilege to welcome to the stage the legendary musical producer, Don Was. Please welcome him. Don,
Yes.
you are now doing the same job that I was doing. You are
You
there
come and
to
sit
collaborate
down,
with
Don.
Ringo.
Okay,
I'd like to thank Russell for being so great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any sexual problems, Don?
Oh man,
Let's get that out the way.
it'll rear its ugly head before the interview.
Hey, easy. Anyway, Don and I have known each other quite a long time, and Don's a producer, of course, of a lot of artists, including myself, and I've always loved Don because of his way of life.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
It's a great honor to be here, man.
Okay.
Okay.
I said to a woman from CNN, we were looking at photographs, and there was a photo of you. And I said, oh, he's Jamaican. She said, me too? Because he's not Jamaican at all, of course. He's from the Valley. Anyway, go. Detroit, oh, you even know more than I do.
All right, well, let's begin with the dynamic and soulful Barbara from San Clemente, California.
Hey, Barbara.
Hello, Ringo. This question is about a track on your new CD, Ringo 2012. And the question is, what prompted you to re-record your song Wings that you had on Ringo the Fourth?
Yeah.
And how was the new recording done differently?
Well, if you listen to it, you can tell. But I've just thought, you know, I'm making my record, so I have the freedom to do whatever I want. And Wings is always one of those songs that I wrote with Vinnie Ponce a long time ago. And I wanted to redo it. I've wanted to redo it for like 5 or 6 years now. So this became the opportunity to do it. And I think it's not as busy as the original. It's just more fun. And, you know, aside from that, though the record is called 2012, at 1 minute I thought I'd call the album Wings. But I thought, no. Somebody else has done that already. Yeah. Anyway, so it was just, there's 2 songs I did on the album. I did Wings, I redid, and I redid Step Lightly, which, if you listen to it on the old record, the vinyl, I'm tap dancing on it, it's very long, and I have to say, there was a lot of medication involved. And there's none on this one. But the groove on it is great.
Are there old Beatles songs that you feel you never got right, that you wish you could go back and get them right?
Yeah, I want to do Yesterday. And then Hey Jude, and, you know, Polythene Pam. I want to do Polythene Pam.
Can I ask you about that medley at the end of Abbey Road?
Yeah, you can.
I just heard that.
Oh, you've got a question?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It triggered something there.
I've triggered.
Were those songs recorded in order, or were they fragments that were cut together?
Yeah. No, they were fragments put together.
Put together.
Because by then, our writers didn't finish the songs, and we had that great piece now. So, you know, it's like, you feel, oh, they should have finished them, but really, it was great that they didn't, because the whole piece turned out great.
That's amazing.
You know?
And it builds to
Yeah.
something, that was just editing and...
Editing in those days, which wasn't easy, because you had to cut the tape, you know, at the right place. And, you know, just a lot of bits put together with a lot of other bits,
Right.
and end up great.
And was there a sense that the end was the last thing you guys would release?
There was a sense because, you know, the discussion between us that it's ending and it's over never got in the way of the music. You can never play a track of the Beatles and say, oh, they didn't even care.
Right.
Because no matter how we were at each other's throat, if we were,
Yeah.
once the count-in came in, we played our best.
Right.
And I'm really proud of that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting very deep, Don.
All right. Doug Paulette from Tustin,
Stand up, Dougie.
California.
My question is, so many musicians of popular music today appear to feel the need to be constantly reinventing themselves to stay relevant and fresh to their fan base. Taking the longer view of a musical performer's career, do you agree with that strategy or not, and why? And can or should a performer stay true to their roots and identity, letting the quality of their work stand the test of time?
Well, you know, I think any performer, the roots move. You know, I came in playing from where I'd been, which was sort of rock and roll, country and western. My stepdad, Harry, was great. He introduced me to Sarah Vaughan and Billy Eckstine, Billy Daniels, and Glenn Miller and stuff like that. So that's where I was. And then, you know, later I was starting to listen to other types of music. I was just talking to Don, because he is now head of Blue Note Music, or the whole deal. And there was a guy called Yusef Lateef. I loved Yusef Lateef. I mean, very, very modern jazz, and Roland Kirk and people like that. So I hadn't had that experience till then. So then I can use it not really use it. I'm not gonna that would be great. That's not me. You know, your experiences change as you go through life. And so I don't, you know, any band can change any direction they want. But, you know, B.B. King still plays the blues. So you've got both sides of the coin. You know, Lightning Hopkins, my hero. He was always Lightning Hopkins playing the blues. He didn't sort of start playing do-da-do-da-do, jazz. So I think the experiences you get help you put it in musically, and that happened with the Beatles too. Besides the experiences we were having, we were also, the equipment was getting better. You know, so there's so much changes as you go through life. And just talking musically, that's how we change, and that's how I keep changing. I did this record in the house here in LA. You know, everything's in the living room, the drums are in the bedroom, the amps are in the bedroom, and we do it all there. We have that possibility now. You know, it's so great. Anyway, I'm getting carried away again. Hey.